Today, we are diving into something truly amazing, a natural mineral literally born from volcanic ash and seawater. People have been using it for thousands of years, but science is only now really starting to catch up to its incredible potential. All right, let's get into it. Just imagine for a second, what if there was a substance that could travel through your body and, almost like a smart magnet, it could selectively grab onto nasty things like heavy metals and then just carry them right out? Well, that's the big idea we're digging into today, and it all comes down to one unique mineral with a very, very special structure. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll kick things off with what gives this mineral its superpower. Then we'll see how it acts as a toxin magnet in the body. After that, we'll look beyond just detox to its effects on the gut and immune system, explore how it heals from the outside, and wrap up with how this ancient tool is tackling some very modern problems. Okay, so what is the secret sauce here? What gives this mineral its incredible abilities? Well, it's not magic, not at all. It's actually pure physics and chemistry, and it all starts with its unique design. The specific type we're talking about is called clinoptilolite. Yeah, I know, it's a mouthful, but you only need to remember two key things that give it all its power: its shape and its charge. Just picture a microscopic honeycomb, and imagine that the entire honeycomb has a natural negative charge. That's it. That's the whole secret. So here's how it works. It's actually a really elegant process. First, that negatively charged honeycomb enters your gut. Then, because opposites attract, it starts pulling in all sorts of positively charged toxins. They get sucked right into the honeycomb structure and trapped inside its little cages. And this is the most important part. The body doesn't absorb the zeolite, so the whole package, the mineral with the toxins locked inside, is just safely escorted out of the body. Simple as that. And that right there is why it's so unique. It never enters your bloodstream. It doesn't get processed by your liver or kidneys. It literally just passes through your digestive tract, acting like a tiny, specialized janitor, cleaning up messes on its way out. So we've got the how. We know it works like a magnet in a cage. But what about the what? What exactly is this molecular magnet attracted to? What kind of things is it grabbing? Well, the list is pretty impressive. Zeolite has this natural, strong attraction for a whole range of harmful stuff. We're talking about really nasty heavy metals like lead and mercury. It also grabs onto things like ammonia, which is a byproduct of protein digestion, toxins from mold, and even radioactive particles. It's incredibly selective. And if you want to know just how effective it can be, get this. In one animal study, giving them clinoptilolite reduced the amount of lead that had built up in their organs by up to a staggering 91%. I mean, that's not just chipping away at the problem, that is a near total cleanup. It's a pretty powerful demonstration of what it can do. But it's not all about these super heavy-duty industrial toxins. Get this. It even works on something many of us might have unfortunately experienced ourselves: hangovers. Yeah, seriously. One study found that taking Zeolite after drinking could cut hangover symptoms by about half. It seems to work by soaking up things like histamine and other compounds that make you feel so rough the next day. It's a pretty wild, real-world example of its power. So Zeolite is great at taking out the trash, right? But its job doesn't actually stop there. It also plays a really crucial part in strengthening one of the most important defensive systems in our entire body, our gut barrier. You know, you can think of your gut lining as the ultimate gatekeeper. It's supposed to let all the good stuff in, like nutrients, and keep all the bad stuff out. But when that barrier gets damaged, you get what's called leaky gut, and all sorts of unwanted things can sneak into your bloodstream, which puts a huge strain on your immune system. So how does zeolite help patch up this leaky wall? Well, it comes down to a protein called zonulin. Think of zonulin as the guy who controls the gates between your gut cells. Too much zonulin and the gates swing wide open. What's amazing is that a key study, done on endurance athletes, found that zeolite helped keep those zonulin levels in check. And the result? A much stronger, tighter intestinal wall, which is exactly what you want. And this creates this incredible 1-2 punch for your immune system. First, by strengthening the gut wall, you're just taking a huge load off the immune system's shoulders. Less junk gets through, so it has less to fight. But there's a direct benefit too. Research shows that zeolite actually interacts with immune tissue right there in the gut, and it can stimulate the production of an antibody called IgA. IgA is like the first responder for your immune system, neutralizing threats on the spot. Okay, so far we've been talking all about what happens on the inside. But what's really wild is that this mineral is also a powerhouse for healing on the outside. And, this isn't some brand new discovery, not by a long shot. For literally millennia, ancient cultures all over the world used mineral rich clays and volcanic ash for wound care. They just knew, intuitively, that these things had some kind of powerful healing ability. It's just incredible to see this direct line from ancient wisdom to modern life saving tech. Zeolite's ability to absorb water is so powerful that when you put it on a wound, it sucks the water out of the blood. This rapidly concentrates the body's natural clotting factors right where you need them. And that's why it's a key ingredient in things like QuikClot, the stuff medics in the military and first responders use to stop catastrophic bleeding. It's truly life-saving. And today, the applications are just exploding. From skincare, where it's used in face masks to pull impurities out of your pores, to advanced wound dressings that use its antibacterial properties. And we're even seeing it used in the most cutting-edge fields, like as a literal scaffold to help new bone grow in tissue engineering. It's just amazing. Okay, so let's zoom out and pull this all together. We've seen how this ancient volcanic mineral does its work, from the inside out and the outside in. So what are the biggest takeaways here? When you boil it all down, it's beautifully simple, isn't it? Zeolite's power comes from its physical structure. That negatively charged honeycomb acts like a magnet for toxins. The mechanism is just trapping and removing them, all without ever being absorbed by the body. And the result is this powerful double benefit. It lowers your toxic load and supports your all-important gut health. So, from deep inside the earth, forged in volcanic fire, we have this mineral that offers a physical, elegant solution to some of our most modern chemical problems. And it really leaves you with a pretty big question to think about. As our world gets more and more complex, could it be that some of the most powerful tools for our future health aren't new inventions at all, but ancient gifts from the earth that we're only just beginning to truly understand?